Good morning. I have something for you to think about. This is something that I've been thinking about, and some of y'all might enjoy this little exercise. So, this is a time I think we would all agree in our lives when we're looking again at many, many things. Our mortality, our morality, all kinds of stuff. Well, now let's sort of go from up here down to something specific. I talk about health a lot. I tell you right now, this is going to be about health. So if you don't want to hear about health, just, move on. Okay, now I'm going to start with coffee. So I have this coffee machine, and it has capsules that come with it. A lot of people are familiar with a Keurig. This is an espresso. So, for example, see, every different color is a different kind of coffee. And you can see I'm into coffee, And here's some other pictures, of some of the things that I don't have, but I could have, okay? So, when I first got this machine, it came with a sampler pack, and I tried the various things, and I even made a list. Yes, no, okay, instructions of how I prepared it, things like that. So, and then I belonged to this coffee group, and a lot of people were saying they liked a certain type of coffee. And it was a kind that I had under my okay list. But I have so many under my yes list that, why bother to try the okay? So many people like this particular coffee. I thought, I'm going to give this another try because, golly, maybe I'm missing something. And you know what I found out? I found out that upon trying it again, it wasn't so bad. In fact, it was kind of good. And I felt differently about it than the first time I tried it. Actually, the first time I tried it was over several days of trying 2 or 3 different coffees a day. And I think subconsciously I was kind of comparing them, and maybe there were some I really, really liked, and that particular kind, wasn't way up there. So in comparison, it was an okay rather than a yes. Well, so as I said, I tried it again, and, I like it. So here's another thing now. Now I've got a point here I'm going to make. So as you know, I'm a health coach for a Transformational Habits of Health system. It's not just a healthy lifestyle, it's something that really transforms your life. As you know, I used to have high blood sugar, I don't anymore. I used to have high blood pressure, I don't anymore. Used to have arthritis a lot, I don't anymore. And I used to have a daytime sleeping disorder, and that's gone too. And most of those good results have come from taking off weight. But also, they've come from other healthy habits that I've learned in this program that has transformed my life. Well, one of the changes that I've made is I've changed some of the things that I eat. Okay, now stay with me here. I'm going to use pizza as an example, all right? I used to order pizza, maybe once a week, and then I'd eat it over several days. And the first night I'd usually have 4 slices, of a large pizza, and then maybe a couple slices the next day and a couple slices the day after that. Well, I loved it. Oh my goodness. Well, then on this plan that I'm on, one of the things that it deals with is the fact that a lot of us tend to really overdo it on the carbs and on the fat. So it had pizzas with crust made out of cauliflower. Now, a lot of people are going to say, Give me a break. I mean, it's become popular now, so a lot of people have heard of it. But there's a lot of people that are going to say, and this is where the challenge is going to come in, folks. Pizza is pizza dough and, throwing the thing up in the air and everything and spinning it around and baking it. And it's like a bready thing. Well, yeah, but pizza can also be with a cauliflower crust. And there are some people that are going to say, like I did when I first tried that coffee that I deemed okay, but it wasn't up with the yes category. So there are people going to say, no, 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 pizza, I am sticking with my pizza. Well, wait a minute. Is it possible that you could enjoy a pizza on a cauliflower crust? Have you given it a chance? Sometimes we're like little kids. You know how a little kid will try something, oh, I don't like that. And ever after, while they're still children, they don't even want to hear about this particular thing because the first time they didn't like it, so stay away. Also, a child, if you want the child to think about something, you know how sometimes if you want to talk about a subject, a little child goes, no, 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 and run out of the room. Are some of us like that when it comes to considering eating differently? I think some of us are. If you want regular pizza with the, dough crust, the bread crust, fine. But you know what? Don't turn your nose up at the cauliflower pizza crusts. I found them to be delicious. And I even make, here's another one, lasagna. Now, everybody makes lasagna differently. But lasagna typically has the noodles, right? The pasta. Well, I started making it with slices or spiraled up zucchini and yellow squash and even eggplant. It's really good. Now, no, it's not the same as the lasagna that most people are used to, but it's good. So what I'm saying to you is, during this time, by the way, I'm drinking that coffee that at first I that I just thought was okay. It's pretty good. I tried it more than once. What you feed your body, it will crave. This is a fact, okay? So, if you start making some healthy changes, your body, your whole metabolism and tastes and everything will adjust. And you'll find that you start liking certain things. What's wrong with that? Don't be like a child that goes, no, 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 and runs out of the room. This is a time, an opportunity, a challenge to think about doing things a new way. I think that we've all seen, and I did post this, you scroll down a little bit on my Facebook page, you'll see a post about how COVID-19 has made it pretty clear that one of the risk factors for developing a bad case of it is obesity. It used to be that obesity was just sort of accepted. Doctors felt like, well, what can you do about it? I think the latest figures are that 42% of Americans are overweight or obese. I mean, that's kind of scary. That's almost half of us. So let me just tell you, a lot of people are afraid to make a change because, one, I like my pizza and lasagna. I like my coffee with cream and sugar. I like this and that. And doing things the way I've always done them gives me comfort. But I tell you, it gives me a lot of comfort to know that even though I'm 68 years old, which just by virtue of my age puts me in a higher risk category for this virus, for having complications, my health does not put me in that category. So many people, as they get older, put on weight, and they're less likely to change the way they do things, because I've always done it this way. I always have pizza on Friday night or whatever it is, or pizza and beer, or pizza and wine, or pizza and ice cream. But maybe consider making a change, because it's really easier than you think. I made a change over 2 years ago. I'm wearing a swimsuit right now with a skirt. Okay, it's not underwear, but it's possible to change. It's possible to be successful at changing and to love your new life. I love my new life. I love feeling comfortable in my own skin. So I just want to challenge you to, if you've been saying, cauliflower crust, that's baloney. Well, baloney. Don't eat baloney. It's got too much fat. But anyway, you can eat it sometimes, but not as a regular diet. Just rethink things and be open to a new way of looking at things. Don't just go as inertia is carrying you along. Oh, we always did it this way, so we'll always do it this way. Be open to change, because it could have some really positive effects in your life. Don't be like the child that covers his ears and runs off yelling no, or spits out the food that one time he tried and he didn't like, and now he refuses to eat it, or gags if you make him take a bite. Don't be like that. Be an adult. Be responsible. Take the challenge and say, gee, are there things I could be doing in a better way? I'm rooting for you. God bless.